If you have any interest in energy healing, this video is for you. Aloha, I'm David. I'm a co-founder of Lemurian Healing, and I've been training healers since 2007. Energy healing has really changed my life, and not just because I've been able to create a healing modality along with my wife and share it with people all over the world. That's been huge, but that's a story for another day. Energy healing has really helped me learn more about my multidimensional self. And basically, healing has been my gateway to spiritual awakening. In fact, most of the huge leaps in spiritual growth that I've experienced over the years have been through learning how to heal myself and others. And I was thinking recently about how profoundly energy healing has changed my life. So in this video, I'd like to share 5 spiritual truths that I discovered about myself by learning how to do self-healing, in-person healing sessions for others, and long-distance healing. Number 1, I discovered that I'm psychic. I used to think that being psychic was a rare gift that a few special people were born with. But by working with invisible energy for healing, I finally realized what it really meant to be psychic. It simply means becoming aware of energy and information beyond our 5 physical senses. And I learned that, just like everyone else in the world, I had innate psychic abilities. And eventually, I learned I could develop my sixth sense consciously, and that there was no limit to how much I could expand that ability and use it. The second important truth I discovered by doing energy healing was that I can communicate with non-physical beings. Once I connected to the world of non-physical beings, I realized I could actually communicate with them. Early on in my journey, I was a volunteer healer in a local hospital, and I was so thrilled to be using all the healing techniques that I'd been learning in workshops. I was giving a healing session to a woman one day who had just recently undergone major surgery. I'm placing my hands where I'm supposed to, I'm following the techniques I'd learned, and this small voice that I felt in my head said, "Put your hands here." I was surprised, but also reluctant because something or someone was telling me to put my fingers on this woman's face and head and send energy that way. And at first I resisted. In fact, I kind of argued against it. I thought, that's not part of the technique. And the voice said, "It doesn't matter. This is what she needs." And that voice was very kind and loving. So that was my first real conscious interaction with a non-physical being, and it happened through healing. The next truth I learned about myself through healing is that I have a higher self. I'd heard people talking about the term, but I really didn't get it at first. But just like communicating with other non-physical beings, I found that I could have a conversation with a larger, wiser, eternal part of who I am. Ultimately, I learned that my higher self is my best friend in the universe because it knows me better than anybody. And because my higher self is me, it's my real self. It has all the benefit of all the wisdom and experience I've gained over multiple lifetimes. So every time I did a healing session, I would ask my higher self questions. Have I sent enough energy into this spot? Where should I place my hands next? Is there anything else you want to tell me? And so in this way, my higher self became my greatest ally in healing both myself and others. The fourth truth I learned about myself is that I love the feeling of divine light and love flowing through me. In the very first healing workshop I attended, I discovered that I could sense invisible energy with my hands. And ever since then, I was hooked. And when I became aware of energy flowing through me while I was healing, I couldn't get enough of that feeling. Because when you do energy work, you're not using your own energy, you're a conduit. You're creating a space and an opportunity for someone to heal, and then you become a conduit for healing energy. When I started doing hands-on healing, I could physically feel energy flowing through my body, out of my hands and into someone else's body. But I also experienced a similar feeling when I started doing long-distance healing. In fact, in some ways, it was a more powerful feeling, letting that energy flow through me to someone on the other side of the world. And that was huge. I still love how great it feels to be an energy conduit. Every time I give a healing, I also receive. The fifth truth I discovered about myself through energy healing is that I have an infinite capacity to love. I've always considered myself to be a kind, considerate, helpful person. Okay, not 100% of the time, but most of the time. But I learned that that's just the beginning. We are beings made of love. And our higher selves are nothing but pure positive love and light. Our higher selves are 100% love. But as physical humans, we're veiled and we feel separated from our higher selves, and this is for a reason. It allows us to experience and discover love in new and different ways. And so that's something I discovered through healing. Healing is all about love. I found I have an enormous capacity to hold, send, and receive love. And I will never reach a limit of how much I can learn to love myself and also learn to love others in a compassionate, unconditional way. If you've ever been curious about energy healing, I encourage you to explore that avenue. See how it feels. Find out if it resonates with you. And if you feel a connection with Lemuria and are also interested in healing, I would love to be in service to you. We've created an amazing program for learning Lemurian healing online, either just for your own personal use or, if you like, become a certified practitioner. There's a link to get details in the description below. If you've done energy healing, I'd really be interested to know what you've discovered about yourself along the way, so please leave a comment below. I would love to hear about your own experiences and any aha moments you've had. And if you have questions about doing healing, you can also let me know down in the comments. Everybody has an innate ability to heal. It's simply part of being human. But if you consciously choose to reawaken and develop your healing abilities, I promise you, you will transform your life and accelerate your spiritual growth. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And as always, I send you my love and light from Lemuria. See you next time. Aloha.